it's me, Khandie of Khandie Photography, and I'm going to talk to you for once not about self-portraits, but about the things you need to know before you start a photography business. And I'm not talking the get a camera, get some editing software. I'm talking actual the stuff that a lot of videos seem to forget that you should be doing, and it's kind of just assumed you know to do. So let's get into it. Okay, I've got a book. Call it the Let's Do This book. Okay. First thing in the book. First thing you need to remember is that you need to be tax registered and have insurance. So many people go off and become what they call colloquially as weekend warriors, which are kind of people who do it on the side as a hobby. You still need to be tax registered. If you're getting remuneration here in the UK, at least, I know there's certain rules elsewhere, but if you can remember what they are, put them in the comments below. So this is obviously for UK because I'm UK based. You need to be tax registered. I don't care if you're only making 20 quid or 100 quid on the weekend, you still need to be tax registered. Now you might go, oh, I don't want to be tax registered. Well, one, kind of illegal. Two, you might find that you actually get some tax refund because you're paying too much tax because you're putting out a lot of outlay. There is some benefits to it. It's not that hard. HMRC are not that scary. Honestly, you just phone up and go, hey, I'm being self-employed. This is what I do, and then they tell you. That's it. It's not that hard. Very simple accounting system. I personally use QuickBooks. Very easy to use. Get tax registered. I don't even know why this is even a thing now. You should be just tax registered. When it comes to insurance, you need insurance. There should be no ifs, no buts on insurance. Insurance is so important. Not only does it look after you, your equipment, but also your client. And if you're insured, your client is going to have that little bit more respect and you're going to be a lot more professional. And given the fact that now a lot more venues are asking to see people's insurance policies because you'll be working within their venues, you might find you lose some work because you don't have an insurance policy. Yeah, check out which ones you need. Obviously, if you're just studio based, there's other insurances you will need. But yeah, insurance and stuff is essential. 2, contracts. How many more times do I have to see on Facebook groups? Oh my God, I just didn't do a contract. You don't go to a job anywhere else without having a contract, right? You don't go work at McDonald's or go to work as a secretary or, I don't know, go be a solicitor without having a contract. A contract. Not only does it detail what's expected of you, but what's expected of your client and what they can expect from the shoot is general. Also, things like cancellation policies or in the event that you're poorly and can't do the session, a contract is essential. It is not part of, oh, it's a bit of paperwork I can't do. You need to be doing it. It's a contract. It protects so much of your work. It protects you. It protects the client. I've already said you need to get them in place. If you are not sure what should be in a contract, you might find that certain places have contracts, and I will find some and link them below where you can have a basic contract. You need a contract that definitely applies to the country you're in. Obviously, US contracts are different to UK contracts, but you need to start looking at getting a contract in place. You can always adjust it to suit your requirements, but make sure you're within the law. It's not that hard to develop a contract. But there are some online. I will try and find you some and link them below for you. Knowing your client. Now this could be a video all on its own. It's a huge thing. Huge. Knowing your client is hugely important. You don't want to waste time and marketing budgets targeting people who aren't your client. If you don't want to shoot babies, don't target new mums in your adverts. Don't target people who have just got pregnant. They aren't going to be your client. Think about who your client is. Don't, if you are this crazy photographer, perhaps don't target the most traditional of clients. Don't target people who don't like similar stuff to what you're shooting. You need to find out who your client is, and then you can start niching down. Because knowing your niche, or niche if you are in the US, my watchers, oh my God, this is getting terrible. You need to know who your clients are, and then you can start adjusting yourself accordingly to that marketing and that branding. People start photography at the businesses and they're like, oh, I'll photograph everything. Okay, fine. When you're starting to find out what you like and what you want to do, that's fine, I guess. But you really need to start honing down, because no one is going to go to the photographer and see investment in them if all they see is you photograph everything from landscapes to product to dogs to babies to weddings to portraits to headshots. Because you were going to look like the jack of all trades and the master of none. That's a very famous quote there. I can't remember who it is. I'll find out who's attributed to. Probably not though, it's probably like, ugh. Anyway, so you need to think about who it is you want, what you want to photograph and who you want to photograph, and then you can start building your business model. And it is groundwork. There is no easy answer. There is no, oh, mums, okay, but what kind of mum? What age group? You know, what do they like? And you have to start thinking like your client, and then you can start marketing and doing your budgets towards that client, because you can start going, well, there's no point me marketing if you're doing bloggers and their age 18 to 24, there's no point possibly going on Facebook to market them, because they're probably mostly on TikTok and Instagram, okay? So think about where you're going with that. Cost of doing business, okay. This is a numbers game. If you don't like numbers, I'm sorry, you're gonna have to at least try and pretend you like them. Cost of doing business is exactly what it sounds like. How much it costs you to operate your business on a daily basis, an hourly basis. So you first want to figure out how much you need to pay your bills, and then a little bit on top for profit and upgrades to your camera, okay? You genuinely need to know how much your bills are. If you're going to go 100% self-employed, you need to know what your bills are, and I mean your bills at home. So you know that you need to make that as a profit to pay for those bills. You then need to go, right, okay, my camera costs this much and I probably need to upgrade it in this time. It costs this much to have my editing software. It costs this much to buy my USBs. It costs this much to post my USBs. It costs this much for my insurance, this much to have the heating on at the studio, or this much in SD cards, or it costs this much to get a new Wacom pad. All of these things you add up, and then you have to figure out how much it costs to operate. And then you'll start seeing why you can't do shoots for free, why you need to start off with session fees, why you need to start boosting your income from the get-go, when you need to start, you'll start valuing your time, because you'll understand how much it physically costs you. You will then start building packages off that cost. There was a great person who said, work out what your basic cost is, because that's how much you can afford to do your work for, and that'll be your base level, and everything else is above that, because you want to be pushing everyone to go above what your basic package, okay? And with that, time management. You as a photographer are going to find out that when you run it as a business, you spend more time in front of a computer, marketing, doing editing, than you do actually shooting. I know that's so bizarre to think about it, but it is. It's very true. You will find that you will spend a lot more time in front of a computer screen than you will behind your camera. And that's just the nature of the beast. I don't know any photographer who would say otherwise, even if it's just sending emails or checking up on emails or editing a little bit. You will find that I find my ratio tends to be, for every 1 hour shooting, I'm spending 2.5 editing and doing administration work behind the scenes. That's just the way it goes. So you might say, do you know what? I can't shoot all week, every week. I need a couple of days off to do my admin, and that's when you start factoring in, and that's when your cost of business starts playing into it, because you know you need to make this and this much a week, and then you start figuring out how your work pattern falls. A lot of times when people tell you about starting up a business, they forget about the time management, because if you're going to have a studio open 9 to 5, you're going to be shooting 9 to 5 perhaps. You need to, I don't know anyone who does that actually, but you know, hypothetically, if you did do that, 9 to 5, you actually need to start thinking, when am I going to do my editing? When am I going to do my marketing planning? When am I going to do my, and you might find that your 9 to 5 hours start from 7 till 10 or 7 till 7, and you have to pay for that time. Time management. You need to get on top of it, which means diary management, which means client management software perhaps. Okay, so these tips are just to help you when you're starting your business here. And after everything that's gone on in 2020, these are the sort of things you can do behind the scenes while we're quiet, before we can all reopen, or when you're having some downtime. Yes, it involves numbers. Yes, it involves some research. But you know what? Do the groundwork now before you invest all this money and all this time after the fact. Don't waste your money marketing to the wrong... There's a car. Don't waste your money marketing to the wrong people. Don't waste your money marketing in the wrong areas. Don't spend hours marketing for people for dog photography. If you don't want to photograph dogs in the long run, think about everything you want to get out of your photography business and photograph what you enjoy, because the moment you photograph stuff you don't enjoy, clients are going to notice. Work hard on your customer relations. Work hard on your customer interface, how you deal with them, what the outcome they get. Try and start from a very cool, honed, polished right now, and then build on that as you go. Figure out all the things that you hate in customer service and make sure you don't repeat them. Anyway, I hope this helps. It's just a short video. Hope everyone's keeping safe and working hard. And if you have any questions or any more top tips to help anybody who is just starting their photography business, particularly in 2020, drop them in the comments below. Hope you like and subscribe, hit that bell button, and I'll catch you next week for another video. Thank you so much for the support. You guys have been amazing, and hopefully I'll do some more shoots behind the scenes for you, but it seemed only right that after a load of self-portraits during this lockdown, I have had to do something that's not about me being photographed by me, but some help and tips. Okay, bye.